wanna take it back to the good old days. Good home, cooked food, good old steak. Long walks in the park, we would talk forever. Me and you together was the golden era. Never thought you'd be my ex-dame.
Now, yesterday she was in Detroit, and today she is here in New York. Boo. It's not boo, she survived the weather for this. Survived the weather. She's an internationally renowned poet, playwright, actor, activist, producer, and CEO of More Black Press. It just began. The introduction just began. She has performed throughout the United States, South Africa, and Europe. Her Broadway performances include playing at places like Carnegie Hall, the Apollo Theater, London's Institute of Contemporary Arts, Lincoln Center, and more. Her current project is called The Missing Project, Pieces of D. It is a storytelling live art music show with experimental jazz orchestra and graffiti art. She has a 4-year-old son at home called King Thomas that she left there to come rock out for y'all. So you better be supportive. God is not an American. Poetry, politics, and more is her book. Help her make her way home, getting a plane ticket, buy the book. But
so wow, you are good at intro. Like, you're doing that good. Like, I done hosted some shit, so I know when people are whack. You're good. Okay. I want to go back to this one because I wrote this when I was in Atlanta, but I just left Brooklyn and Harlem, where I lived here for 5 years in New York City. Left my life here. I'm a gypsy. I move a lot. I'm living in Detroit, back home again after 12 years of being gone. So this is called Move, and it's a really old poem. I'm a Detroiter twice removed. So when I go home, I'm searching for childhood memories in a place that didn't raise me. Brooklyn, full of love and secrets, poetry and piss smells. This is where I found Medina, Mandeli, Semi, Simmons, where I fell in love with you and you and you and finally you. When I met my future son, my world was so full of light. I chased down writers I read in the New Eurekan Poetry Anthology aloud. Beatty, Perdomo, Morris, Powell. In the tradition of most hustlers, I lied my way into the public theater to find Reggie. And what have I gained? A lifetime of metaphors under one moon on a hot Friday night is so good. I remember the space flowers so powerful, just one word from Wood. And mums would walk me home. Shh, don't tell anyone. Tyron was the tallest, so I had to say hello. Dante made the audience sing love songs, reminded us that Fort Greene wasn't always so damn pretty and French and trendy. Wrapped in imported fabrics, now chameleons, we are blending with the rest. Record deals, book releases, some left in search of inner pieces. Poets, because we breathe, not because of how many books we read. Still study and skill is how we bleed, so I hope I confuse you into understanding. Stretching while balancing drunk breath politics as the toilet talk back to Tish. On Sunday nights, we used to wish that we were all the new literary greats, and Brad showed up to show us how to sweat and party, because if the poems don't work, black folks can always dance away the pain, or burn a Badu incense to change the smell of all the times I've tripped. It's in Brooklyn where I truly fail. Still I'm moving, because in New York, words get stuck and slide beneath the surface of smiles. In Manhattan, you can walk for miles and no one will say hi. Butterflies and pretty boys will tell you lies, and brownstones become cocoons while I wait for my slumlord before releasing 77 hot water balloons. Pretty soon I'll be bored. Run out of inspiration, so now I move down south. A scorpion woman glowing in the dark, make your mark, make music, make so many wonderful mistakes, so you can write, grow, become new you. Born inside Alabama red clay, a dirty city girl, turned southern diva, an East Coast arrival, practicing sitting on the porch and voice survival. Married to a poet, making love, making life something I live instead of something I'm writing about or searching for inside beautiful lines of fiction. I no longer search for people I want to be. I've decided to become her. Scrape my stories from the side of my own tongue. Unafraid to taste fear. I'm concerned about who takes me seriously, because the Sean Watts in Jacksonville, Florida says I saved her life because she heard a black girl voice inside a poem I wrote on Showtime at the Apollo, because she thought she was alone and she would save the world. It was just an ounce of her passion and honesty, and she has never read a Miri, but she is a Miri, and she has never shared a joke with Intozaki, but she is the woman in red and blue and yellow, and she is saving me from the blow up the spot weirdos and academic player haters who deserve each other. Today I return wearing red leather high hooker boots, walking down Woodward Avenue, downtown Detroit, Archer Circa 2015, teasing all the black folks across 8 Mile to come back home, come back home. Today I'm one of those bad daughters betraying their mothers by loving their fathers. Today I'm an object that burns. It's here I fall in love with you and me and me and me and finally me. So, do you guys know who Sekou Sundiata is? Yeah. That's fantastic. So Sekou, before, you know, of course Sekou passed away, and before he went to a coma, he was actually on his way to Atlanta, where I was living for the National Black Arts Festival. I got the call that, you know, he had gotten sick and wasn't going to make the trip, and then he ended up passing, and I ended up, instead of doing a talk with him, organizing a tribute piece to him at the festival. And so this is a piece that I wrote for Sekou Sundiata. So this is for Sekou. I was hoping to ask you, where do you see the 51st dream state? I wonder if you are there now. Are we free there? Is it a physical place? It is a spiritual space. Are there Afro-Caribbean drums playing? Would you please leave us the roadmap? These, us young poets, are lost. We are playing Scrabble with no direction, no dictionary, no history, no respect. We want a double word slam score with no skills, real letters. That's why I'm so bored with this game. No, this gift. Would you run for president with Barack as your running mate? That would be a beautiful poster. Do they finally understand that we are the dream, Sekou? How do we thank you for your songs, for thinking outside the box, for your grace, your Kwame Ture voice, your John Coltrane smooth rhythms? You reminded us of our daddies and long Cadillacs and 125th Street vendors, slick hats and goatee gangsters. Teach us how to do it, Sekou. Amen. He was fine. With ease, with tall black man style. Show them how to dress for the poem. Conjure the ancestors by simply waking up and not just in the morning. How to love with a heart of glass, with a stolen heart, a middle passage heart, Kazi's heart, his wife. A heart that beats to miles and writes with the memories we aren't supposed to remember. Teach us how to love with a heart of brick, a house of pain and shoes not easy to fill. Sekou, so full of black stories. By the way, this peculiar institution with griot tongue and emancipated language. Atlanta needed you more than any place in Europe that would put up your photo on the side of a bus or large billboards and be able to deconstruct your work or have heady discussions about your life work, your philanthropy, your performances. We needed you so we could be better, we could better understand who we are. We need more therapy for the schizophrenia, the slavery, the self-hate. Because we are all from the South at some point. No DNA test necessary. And you represent the continuum of our roots, our passion, our secrets, our survivals, our bloodline. I was going to tell you that some of us knew you as the superhero Lane professor with a double life. A poet who translated our existence by night. The brilliance of your sound, the urgency of your message, the importance of your existence, the love in your heart, the respect for your craft will live on. Inside the breath wind of Harlem children, on the tide of every boat you have blessed, every student you have touched, we will continue to live inside the blue oneness of the dream you always dreamt for us. I was going to ask you about all of this, so now I have. I can't wait to hear your answers. Oh, here's a short one. I got short poems too, Tyra. Jupiter. After being asked why I write about so much oppression in my country, when I go to Jupiter, I'm going to write some Jupiter poems. But I live here, motherfucker. So that's why all these poems about you in this place called America. Moment. I think I was pregnant at the post office and I passed out. I was like, it's ridiculous to be honest, real talk. It's ridiculous that this country doesn't, out of 365 days of the year, that we don't have one holiday that actually acknowledges a woman in history. Like, we don't have one. Not one, not a white girl, not a black girl, not a Native American girl, not a polka dot girl. Nobody. So, here you go, Michelle Obama, it's for you. Okay. This poem is a petition Please sign and move along. Columbus got one and Macy's has a white sale. Washington had all the U.S. presidents but had his African mistress, not his black daughters. There's that one day they give thanks for the genocide of Native Americans and eat turkey. Even Jesus can't have his own day. He has to share with some imaginary fat man in a red suit who only visits the rich annually. Finally, and with much resistance, they let us have a day for Martin Luther King, but even Martin Luther King had help. If anybody deserves a day off, it's a black woman. I'm not talking about a day that'll shout us out a token day of recognition like Secretary's Day, something cute to add to the calendar. When I wake up on this morning, on this day, I want some shit to shut down. I don't want the mail to run. I want all the railroads to have a moment of silence in honor of Harriet Tubman. I want the Georgia Truth's name to be written in Swahili summer clouds. I want the original Statue of Liberty to return back to her original African self. I want stone monuments for every rape, every daughter separated and sold, for every child cut from her mother's womb, for every scar. The ones we can see and the ones we push down inside our stomachs, braid into our hair, or split down the toilet. I want a war memorial built off the Potomac River to represent the bloodshed of the African Holocaust, for women who jumped off sides of ships, smothered their babies to save them from a life of inhumanity. I want Cynthia McKinney Parkway in Georgia to be more than a green and white sign. I want to make this strip a highway a better circle than 285. This one was for Zora, Coretta, Angela, Mary, Mama Stone, Kathleen, Rose, Vivian, my mother Irene, Virginia, Mama Love Lady, and every child-born girl today. I want Sophia, the black goddess writer who really wrote The Matrix, to be given more than money. I want to get those same access keys to all those studio doors the Wachowski Wolves ran through with ease with her story in their teeth. That's a photo shoot. In her womb, in their pocket. I'm like, it's the feds. I'm not playing. You're not the feds. A black woman's life, stop. A black woman's life, I'm silly as hell. A black woman's life is a cheat sheet for humanity. I want Octavia Butler. Y'all know her? Okay, we read. I want Octavia Butler to get a residual check on this day for every sci-fi movie ever made in the new millennium. I want my female classmates shot in the streets of Detroit to be memorialized and talked about like the Columbine students. For every black woman raising children alone, any woman for that matter. Stepmoms, earth moms, midwives, housewives, any woman who gave up her 9 to 5 and the ones who never stop till they die or retire. I want the airlines to give them vouchers so every woman can touch the ocean on this day, can see a part of the world, something they dreamt of, help create, but can't afford to enjoy. For every tongue we had to bite, for every heartbreak, for the dozens of times we've been called bitches, hoes, ugly, stupid, worthless, for every jaw broke, every wrist cut, every pill swallowed, every click call we said yes to, every bullet we swallowed in the name of love. On this day, this country will reflect on the sacrifices of Africa's daughters who by force have birthed your sons. This is just the beginning of my demands. This is just the beginning of my demands. This poem is a petition for a national holiday to acknowledge African American women for the systematic use of our backs. Tell me, will you sign up? Oh, not me, 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 not me. Thank you. What's up, New York City? I'm here. He's a New York Post Cafe tomorrow night if y'all sick of me. Shout out to Ty Allen in the house. Take your name on me. I'm produced. I love you. This is calling you as ever. I'm going to talk to Paul. Thank you, Mike. Oh, that's some love.
Give it up for Jessica Cameron.
No problem.
Put everywhere?
Yeah, right. Do the X. Do the X.
Oh, yeah, all right.
With the book. With the
Bronx, you want for
Don't hate in the Bronx.